to In Heels with Keni Silva, and today we're joined by a woman who defines style, power, and reinvention. And actually, she's my very close friend. And when I did ChatGPT, you know, that thing tells you everything. That's what ChatGPT had to say about her. She's a designer whose shoes have graced red carpets from Hollywood to New York, worn by icons like J-Lo, Kardashians, and Cardi B, turned her reality TV spotlight into a fashion empire. Welcome, Jessica Rich.
Thank you so much for having me.
I didn't want to miss anything. I was like, oh my God. I mean, I know you as a close personal friend, and I know you have an amazing, empire. That's the shoes that are to die for. And I worn to so many. Now we can add, actually, I worn them in Cannes. I worn them in Cannes and Venice Film Festival. We have to add this to ChatGPT because they're wrong.
Yes, they're missing information.
Jessica, how did you actually come up with the whole idea of designing shoes?
Honestly, I started in clothing at first. I was doing clothing at first, buying and selling clothing, fast fashion stuff, right when bandage dresses were like a very big hit, 2017, 18. And I think once Fashion Nova came out and all the clothing was like, expensive for people because my stuff was like over 150, like over 125. And, Rich with Fashion Nova was 40, 30. And I'm like, oh my God, my sales started to tank because the girls were like, oh my God, we have cheap clothes now. No need to buy the expensive stuff. So that time I'm like, what am I gonna do to pivot? And the pivot came with someone giving me the idea to start shoes. And at first I was like, I don't want to make shoes. That sounds so complex. And I had no idea even where to start. But I remember a year later, I literally was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. And there's one shoe that I knew that I personally needed in my closet that I made. It was the first clear Cinderella pump. And from that one shoe, that went viral. The world went crazy over that shoe. That's when J-Lo wore it like crazy. She wore me to the VMAs in this cool Versace outfit, and my phone was going crazy. And that's when I made Vogue. And from there, here we are. It literally.
Wait, okay. How did J-Lo knew that you made this beautiful shoe? How does it all start? Because I hear all these stories how women take, 4 years to reach their billion-dollar companies. But how does the process actually looks like? Because it's not as glamorous as you're talking about. I'm pretty sure there was so many nights that you just cried in the pillow and be like, oh my God, how am I ever going to make it?
Well, thank God I had connections. I was doing PR and marketing before. So I was helping build other brands. So I basically moved to Los Angeles from New York City. I did this reality show on VH1. And from there, I just knew when I moved to LA, I had to network like crazy. Because when you come to LA, you want to be everywhere. You want to be at the right parties, the right press places, the right, how it is. So I felt like I had a great enough Rolodex to where I knew Benny Medina. And Benny Medina, my last real job was Circone's as a hostess, and he came in all the time, and that's how I met him. So when I left there, I reached out to him and I said, hey, I'd love to send J-Lo shoes. And he's like, okay, great, here's my address. And at that time, I only had one style, that one clear pump, and I sent him the pair, size 39, I'll never forget. And after 2 or 3 months, I'm like, she's not gonna wear it, oh my God. And I don't wanna ask him, what's going on? You just gift a celebrity, you have to hope for the best.
Yes.
And sure enough, I woke up to her wearing them to the VMAs 6 months later. And I was like, I'm so happy I didn't text him. I'm so happy I waited. And it was literally the most iconic moment in my life. It started my entire career, to be honest. Yeah, that's how it started.
I would imagine, waking up to your shoes on VMAs by
J-Lo.
It's like,
Versace.
wow, this is iconic. Okay, I made it.
Yes, I had other celebrities before, like smaller celebrities, but she was the first big A-list one. And that was her favorite style. And I made a gold one and a silver, and I made a nude and a white, and she wore every single one. I remember one time in Fashion Week, I think it was 2022-ish, or no, 2021, 2022. She wore it for 3 days straight, from like Good Morning America to 3 days. Like, oh my God, all these press moments. It was just such an iconic moment.
But honestly, your shoes are very comfortable.
Thank
I
you.
can walk in those shoes for days, literally.
See?
Even they're very high
High
heel,
yeah,
but they're comfortable.
Yes,
they're very comfortable to wear. I can stand all day and I don't have any pains or cramps or anything.
Amen.
So that's why I think a lot of women I'm not suffering. I'm actually feeling really good.
Yeah, I don't know. We have this technology inside that's a little bit thicker of an insole, but honestly, it's the pitch that's not super high. It's a high pitch, but not like Louboutin where it's like way like.
Do you test all the shoes yourself?
I do. Every sample starts size 38 for me first, always. And then everyone else gets shoes. But no, mine is the first one. And when we have girls that say like, oh, my shoes run small. But I'm like, you guys, I wear 38 in all my shoes. And they fit me fine. So I do think it depends if
Yeah.
it's like wider shoe or what, and people have wider feet. So I've expanded now into bigger sizes for like athletes and
I
bigger
think it's
shoes.
also the European, like if it's a US size,
Yeah.
it's a 10 and a 40.
Yeah.
But European, it's 41. Because
41.
I don't know if their feet are like very narrow,
I
very
think so. They must be.
small, but it's like, it's always US sizes a little bit fits me perfect and bigger.
Yeah.
With Europeans, I have to go a size bigger, just
Up.
just
Yeah.
a size up.
Yeah, and I'm European. People always ask me, why'd you choose European size? It's just more luxury to me.
I
hate
like
American
it
size.
too.
Yeah.
I think because I grew up in, in Moscow and traveling the world and living in Europe. That's what I know. It's hard for me to be like, okay, 10, 9, like, what does this even mean?
Right,
Like,
right. No, it was a lot for people reach out like, what does it mean? I'm like, 41 is 11, 42 is 12. Yeah. So I love it.
what other celebrities that you worked with and which one you actually like? I mean, I know for you it doesn't really matter because you design your shoes just for women to look beautiful
I
and
do.
hot.
Yes, and sexy.
But I'm
and-
pretty sure there's some people that you love to work with and, better than others just because maybe, different reasons.
You know what's crazy? Is there's not one person I like working with more. I think it's like everyone has added to my career in such a great way. If it was a bad experience, it was a good
Yeah.
experience. If it wasn't the best experience, if things didn't come out like I thought they would come out, everything has added to my journey, and I appreciate every moment. I love the roller coaster. Sometimes I hate it, and even my girl Jess here, she'll see me going through crazy stuff sometimes, but I'm like, you know what? What's the worst I can? I'm self-made. I have my own company. I wake up and do what I want when I want. What's the worst? I came this far. I'm very blessed.
I mean, you did. What year did you start your shoe company?
2018.
Oh, wow. So it's going to be, it's not even 10 years.
Yeah.
You grew so big. And you also you did so many collaborations and you designed for other brands.
Yes, I did.
That's how you good.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I did it. My most biggest collaboration was with Steve Madden last year, which is still crazy to me. That night was insane. I think I had one drink and we had like 300 people there, all these influencers, all these celebrities, red carpet. Here in LA, it was like, wow, this is all for me. I definitely know what I'm doing, I think.
But how did
Yes.
did you get to design for him? How did it happen?
So when I was in Nordstrom's back in 2022, I'll never forget when they first reached out to me after my stuff sold through. I think I started with 5 doors. Then we sold out of that within 3 months, and then it gave me 20 doors.
Okay, hold on. What is 5 doors, 20 doors?
So we started in 5 locations of
Okay,
Nordstrom.
because I was like, wait, is this five models of these shoes?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, we're not selling doors. Like, what is she talking about?
Yeah, we started with 5 doors. So it was New York, Atlanta, Vegas, LA, the Grove, and I think we did Chicago. So the head of Nordstrom's called me like a month later. He's like, Jessica, we've already sold out of your shoes. Now we want to put you in 20 doors. And I was like, wow. So when we expanded to 20 doors, that's when Steve Madden saw me, and he reached out to Nordstrom's and said, put me in touch with Jessica Rich. I want to meet this girl. And I thought at first it was like for legal reasons. Like, oh my God, did I copy him? I know he copied me, but did I copy him? Oh my God, I'm so scared. And sure enough, he's like, no, I just want to meet you. I think what you've done is incredible, and let's do something together. And it took like 2 years to get it finished, but he's like, you killed it. I love your price point. I've never been able to start at that high price point that you've done, but let's figure out what we can do. And sure enough, a year later at collaboration, it was 20 styles.
20 styles. Wow.
Yeah, 20 styles I designed. They gave me full creative direction. All Steve wanted me to do was add PVC into my collection because that's what I'm known for. But the team was amazing. Me sitting in those meetings with my name on papers with Steve Madden and like even right now I'm wearing it tonight actually. Today, Jessica Steve Madden. It's one of the collaboration shoes actually.
I love it.
Thank you.
So that collection is no longer exists.
Yeah, it's sold out, done last year. We stopped selling in December last year. So now Jessica Rich is back on her own this year, and I just put my most recent collection out like a month ago. So yeah,
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
How many
Thank you.
designs is there?
That one's 6 styles, and I released it called the Power Drop. So the Power Drop for me, I wanted to bring it back to when I first started designing, because when I first started designing, I did 1 shoe a month. But getting into retail, we have to like make so many styles at once that it kind of, not that it killed my drop process, but I kind of just forgot about a lot of styles, because you're putting out 3 or 4 at a time. You can't give each one its own moment.
Yeah.
So I did 1 a week for the last 6 weeks, and my customers have been able to see a story around each shoe per week, and now they can fall in love with like 1 style each time that they used to when I had my brand like the way it used to be. So they love it. The response has been great, and I think it's my best collection yet, to be honest. And that's what I'm bringing you next. Pumps,
Okay.
closed toe,
Okay, everybody heard
sandals.
this. She's bringing me her next
Yes.
collection, so you can't get away
Yes.
with it.
Bring you everything, 100%.
But do you have like one that's, a classic that's always there, or you always change your style?
So my basic ones, that like the one I started with, the fancy
Yes.
stiletto, I actually pulled it off my website for 2 years because everyone in the world copied it, from Amina Muaddi to you name it, they copied
Yes,
the shoe.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
It's like suddenly everywhere was those PVC shoes, like
Yes,
everywhere.
literally.
But they're not. Okay, your PVC is very different. It's
Yes.
very soft.
Yes.
It feels like leather.
Yes.
It doesn't bother, like when I wear them, usually I
Yes.
have blisters from
See?
all other brands.
Yeah.
Not to say anything, but that's what I noticed with PVC shoes.
Yes, they're always very hard and they really
Yeah.
like cut into your skin. But I had to give it a break. I'm like, you know what? I'm so tired of people thinking that I'm the replica. I'm the originator. So I took it off my website,
Oh.
and I kept getting people asking like, when is it coming back? I'm like, why did I take it off? Oh my God! So now it's back
mean,
on there.
I mean, from one standpoint, like you started the whole trend
I
of
did.
the PVC, but
I
it's so
did.
sad how you just said that you felt like everybody else is thinking you copied somebody else
Yeah.
because they have a bigger brand name.
Yes,
Let's put it this way.
Exactly.
I mean, from one standpoint, like you started the whole trend
I
of
did.
the PVC, but
I
it's so
did.
sad how you just said that you felt like everybody else is thinking you copied somebody else
Yeah.
because they have a bigger brand name.
Yes,
Let's put it this way.
Exactly.
Which I'm pretty sure was very devastating for you to be known for that and having like your baby and then
Replicated by everyone. I know, but you know what it is? It's like if I didn't make that shoe, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
I
So it's
know.
like,
That's a
it
good
is what it is.
push baby.
yeah, push baby. Good way of saying that. Yes.
No, and I'm pretty sure with your career you sacrificed a lot of things.
So many things I've sacrificed to be here. Like so many things.
It's like
Yeah.
I know even like the personal life, it's hard, like
Mm-hmm.
having a career and doing something else.
Yeah.
It's impossible, especially I feel like in LA. Like
In LA.
It's
It's like work. It's hard. It's hard to balance it sometimes because people think, oh, you're out every night. And I'm like, well, that was a work dinner. And they're like, well, when are we gonna hang out? I'm like, guys, hanging out with my friends doesn't pay my bills. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm a businesswoman first. So it's like, I have to prioritize my time.
Yes.
And when I have time for friends, I make time for them. But people who are my real friends know if I don't talk to them for 6 months or 5 months, when we hang out, it's like
Yeah.
nothing ever happened,
Is it hard to date when you have such a crazy business that you have to be 24 hours?
It is. It's hard to date because I'm very picky. I'm number one. I have a certain type down to a T. And when I find that type, I feel like the guy always wants to play games because he knows he's like cute. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go off cute. I'm gonna bring my standards down a little bit when it comes to like looks, because I think all the guys that I date are super cute and like, I guess not F boy, but like, you know what I mean, like very like cute. I don't know. I think the cuter guys like to play games, but the ones who are more established and distinguished and older, I should go more that direction next.
But you would like to have a family and kids
Yes,
eventually. I mean,
I
I know
do.
a lot of girls these days like, no, I don't want anything. I like being myself, by
No.
myself and doing things. But for
No.
you, it's something you're looking forward to.
Yes, I
one
definitely.
day. It's just like it's hard to right now with you being so
Yeah.
busy to dedicate that time to actually.
But I dedicate time if I'm dating someone though. I put
Okay,
them
okay. So the
first.
guys, if you're listening, she
Yeah.
will dedicate time for you if you're worth it.
Yes.
If you're not, forget it.
Kick rocks.
You're not gonna get a second chance.
1000%. No, I'm a lover girl. I'm a Pisces. I love being in love. I love relationships. I'm the hopeless romantic. So I'm just waiting to meet my partner who actually can appreciate that and give me that back. Not me being like the extender or like the one to go.
Yeah.
I need someone to meet me halfway.
No, but that's what it is, a partnership.
Partnership,
A real
yes.
partner will support you and be there for you.
Yes.
And, instead of just me.
Exactly. You got it. See? Said and done.
Okay. So one day.
I'll be married, guys. Engaged. We'll be sitting here like, oh my God, everybody talks about me.
What was your favorite moments in your career? Which I'm pretty sure, like you just said that, oh my God, like when you had that collaboration and seeing all these things, this is where you probably realized like, wow, I did it.
No, literally. That was definitely a staple. I've had so many moments that I can't even remember. It's like you get excited for one moment.
Yeah.
Like let's just say like, okay, we pray for the first JLo moment. We pray for the second one. We pray for the first Cardi. We pray for the next. You keep praying for all these celebrities and it actually happens and you're like, okay, I did it. Like, and it keeps happening. So it's not luck. It's actually because my brand's great. I have a great product, and I have a great me behind the brand. I'm a great person. I'm a great woman.
Yes,
I'm someone
you are.
who's thank you, and I empower
You
people.
put your heart and soul into what you do, and I think people always see that because it's everything that people make with heart. It shows it.
Yeah.
That's why your shoes are so comfortable. You
Thank
you're
you.
trying them out. Like you want women to wear them.
Yeah, and feel good about it, and not break the bank too. But every moment is like great. I think right now I'm in a space where I'm taking my time, like, for myself more the last year. I took a little bit step back, just because I feel like I built so much, but I haven't enjoyed enough personally. Like I haven't even been in Paris.
I noticed
London,
it. I noticed
yeah.
it when you told me. I was like, oh my God, I want to go to Paris. I never been to Paris. I was like, Jazz, you're missing out on life.
I know, I am.
You're missing out on so much. And
Yeah.
I realize, like I always say, hey, like the past is the past. We're
Yeah.
not guaranteed tomorrow. All you have is right now.
No, literally.
And yes, money is important. Building careers is important. But you achieved so much. Now you need to start enjoying it.
I do.
Because
I
collect
do.
those memories. They're everything. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, like you want to be, like when we're 80 years old, like, Jess, you remember when to Paris? 'Cause
I know.
those moments matter so much.
I do. We know I hate traveling alone too, so it's like I'm glad that we
Why?
met. I don't know, because I'm like scared to like be on a plane and I don't know, something happens and I'm like,
Were you afraid of planes?
Well, I love planes, but I'm scared to travel. I don't like traveling alone. So now that I have more friends in Paris and London and stuff, I can actually go and meet up with friends.
Oh my God, you see, because I've been traveling since I was 14. My mom would
Yeah.
put me and my best friend on the plane and somebody would meet us. Like for me, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, for you.
It's like for me, I love traveling alone. Like
You
when I
do?
get to, well, first of all, when I get to travel by myself, that's amazing. Like
Yeah.
nobody bugs me.
In the States, it's fine, but overseas, I've
No,
never-
overseas, I don't care where it is. The
Wow.
further away, the better. Nobody bugs me. It's just me. Like I can wake up. I don't have to. It's like
Oh my
I don't
God.
have. And I think it's because that's what I'm used to since
Yeah.
I was very
Little.
young. Obviously you don't have that, so
No.
it's a little bit different. But once you do this, you're gonna love it.
I'm gonna love it. That's what's missing, actually. So I told myself for sure I'll start traveling this year, 100%.
Okay, so what was the worst moments in your business career?
Whew, it's been hard, guys. I mean, geesh.
It's a competitive business.
It's competitive business, but I kind of stay in my own lane. I don't look to the left or the right in my niche because, there's not a lot of there's competition around me, of course,
Yeah.
but I think if anything, it's the bigger fashion houses that are my competition because they've been around for so long and there's a stamp of approval that's been there for a very long time. But I mean, I'm still self-funded, never been invested in or anything like that. So I've definitely had financial issues. Like, I remember when I first got into Nordstrom's trying to fund the first purchase order.
So you don't have investors. It's just you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So even that, like, never had an investor before. I don't know what that feels like. I mean, I'd love to get one, but it's not easy. How do you find one? I don't know. I have no idea.
Hey, if you want
You
to
guys?
invest into a shoe company.
Yeah, that I've already done all the hard work for. Even that, having supporters with intentional energy that actually, like, people actually don't care sometimes. You'll think like your friends and family actually want you to make it. Sometimes you run into situations like they don't want you to make it. They want to keep you right here. There's a lot of things I've seen this last 5 years. I'm like, wow, you figure out who's for you, who's not for
Yeah.
you. I've lost a lot of friends on the way up too, girls who I guess thought I was going to bring them around for the whole ride. I'm like, you guys have to hold your weight too. You can't just have dead
Yeah.
weight around. So, I mean, gosh, it's been a lot going on. I mean, Jess can tell you the times I've cried in my office, I'm losing purchase orders, bad production sample, like so many things. I've had shoes arrive in LA, over $100,000 in product, and I had to send it all back, and I lost the order for it because of just bad production. There's so many
But those
things.
people, are they accountable if there is a bad production, or
I
it's
mean,
hard to fight?
You'll pay for the merchandise to land in LA, and you do QC in China. My stuff's in China, so we do QC in China.
What is QC?
Quality control.
Okay, I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
know what's QC. Like, you talking terms like I'm not in shoe business. I want to know what's QC.
No. QC in China, you'll do it 100%. It looks perfect, but on the way over on the boat, things can happen. So the
Yeah.
PVC actually got really fogged up on one of my orders that went to Nordstrom's, and it was like 100K in product, but I couldn't give them any of it because it's all ruined. So I just lost the 100,000 PL from them, and I had to send it all back to China. They remade it, but I lost the order with them, and that was the whole thing.
And the time.
And the time.
And then, those notions are
Reputation.
waiting for.
But they were very understanding, thank God, because they're like, whatever, things happen. But still, I don't want to have anything that's not my fault be my fault. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, listen, it's a
I'd make the
lot
shoes
to
myself
lose.
if I could,
Especially if you don't have investors, it's just you.
Just
like,
you.
It's hard.
Yeah.
But I know you're very close to your mom and
Yes.
your grandma. Are they big sports?
My mom is I wouldn't have my mom tatted right here, actually, on my wrist because.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you.
Aw.
Because she had cancer since I was. She had cancer when I was the first time diagnosed when I was in high school, senior year.
Oh wow.
Stage 4 of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So my mom was like sick. I was on stage getting my graduation hat, but look at my mom, like 100 pounds.
Oh my God.
And it was crazy because she was going through chemo.
Wait, so I mean, listen, obviously I didn't know, and a lot of people I think didn't know that you went through all this building your own empire.
Yeah.
And the person who you love the most. I mean, like my daughter always said, like, if something happens to your mom, I don't know what I would do.
What
and
I
you
would
being
do.
that age, exactly, a teenager, not
Yeah.
knowing if your mom is going to make it.
Yeah. It was crazy. And she did. And she got past that time and it came back again. So my mom is a 6-time cancer survivor.
Six
Six
times. And it's
times.
the same
Same
type?
cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, yes.
Wow.
But thank God, knock on wood, she's been in remission for over 6 years now. So she's good.
She's really a survivor.
She's a survivor. So I got my mom.
She is strong.
She's strong because she didn't want to make it. She's like, Jessica, I don't even want to do this anymore. I can't go through chemo anymore. It breaks me down. I'm single.
She was giving up?
She was giving up. But I said, Mom, no, you can't give up because me and my brother need you. You look so good. You can't die now.
I mean, listen, like going through chemo is a lot. It
Yeah.
takes like the pain you go through.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like I'm pretty sure there's moments where you're like, I can't handle it anymore.
No, she was sick all the time. Couldn't hold down food. She's already 4'11", like 120 pounds, like a good day, but she was so small, like 98 pounds. She was single parent. We don't come from money at all. My mom just worked 2 jobs her entire life. So my dad wasn't really around all the time either when I was younger. So it was just her and I, my brother. We were just trying to figure it out. It's kind of crazy, and I give my mom so many props. I just recently moved her to LA.
I
3
know,
months
you
ago.
were so happy.
Yeah.
Now I know why you were so happy. Because,
Yeah.
you know, you want to keep her so close
Yeah.
to you. You
Yeah.
know, not. I don't even know what it is. How old were you when the first time you?
Like 18 when mom got cancer.
Wow.
Yeah, 17, 18.
I mean, what is that for a child? Because I talk from a different perspective, you know, like, and thank God Alexis didn't have cancer, but she had adrenal tumor.
Oh, no.
So it's a different perspective. But what is it for 18-year-old to know that your mom has a stage 4 cancer? But what is it for 18-year-old to know that your mom has a stage 4 cancer?
We didn't know what to do. We didn't know what it meant. We knew what cancer was at that time, but we didn't understand what was going to happen next. Me and my brother were like freaking out. And
How old were your brother? Is he older, younger?
He's 5 years younger than me, actually. Elijah.
So he was only 13.
Yeah.
That's my Josh's
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
And it's mama's boy.
Yeah. Oh, my
Like
mom.
he was devastated. You were
Devastated.
probably a mom to
Yeah.
him.
I grew
You
up
were
so
raising
young.
him.
Listen, that was an understatement. My mom was like, Jessica, you have to take care of your brother. Like, you have to make sure he's good because I don't know what's going to happen. So I was working at my first job at McDonald's at 16. I've been working. And I have a very, like, my friends will all say this. I'm not control of personality, but a little bit because of me having to grow up so fast and have that mommy figure. I nurture all my friends and family, and they're like, I'm like, do that. And if you don't do it, it's gonna fail. And they're like, Jessica, what? I'm like, trust me, you're gonna come back and thank me later. And sure enough, I'm just always right, and I always have an intuition. So I've been through so much, and I try to give knowledge and help people not make the same mistakes not that I made, but like I see things. It's hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not psychic, but I'm kind of.
Because you had that responsibility over another person when you were so young. So you became a mother basically at 18.
Yeah.
Raising your brother and seeing your mom, fighting for her life.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, and keeping it together.
Trying to keep it
and
together.
being
And
18, a teenager, still
Yeah.
going through like love life and, like all these other things.
Yeah. So
I mean-
so great. And then my dad got cancer too. He had a tumor in his brain, but they took it out, thank God. And then my brother in 2017, when I was just started my company, got colon cancer, stage 4 colon cancer. And that was really hard because my brother's my best friend. He's literally like my everything. And I never forget, I got a call. And I remember my brother was actually visiting me in LA like a month prior, and he like passed out in the middle of we were leaving a club and he just fell down. And I was like, bro, oh my God, are you okay? I thought he was like tipsy or drunk. He's like, no, I don't know what happened. He just passed out. And it happened again when I went to Michigan like 6 months later and kept passing out. And I'm like, so he found out, he went to the doctor, he had like 8% blood left. He had no blood in his body, and he was losing blood through his stool for over a year, and he had stage 4 colon cancer. So had emergency surgery, had half his colon removed. It wasn't working. The chemo wasn't working. Then he put him on radiation. That wasn't working. I said, bro, you're coming to LA. I don't care what you tell me. You're moving to LA. I'm finding you a doctor in LA. And I literally was taking him to all the cancer centers. I took him to Cedars-Sinai, and I took him to Cedars-Sinai, and this guy was like, listen, I think I have a cure for your brother. It's a treatment that it attacks rare cancers like your brother has. He's a very crazy mutation of this cancer. And I think I have someone at Cedars in Santa Monica. I'm going to send you there. Okay? So I go there, and then we put him on a clinical trial. It was a free trial. Wow. Within 3 months, he was cured of colon cancer. And to this day, 6 years remission.
Wow.
And I'm so happy he listened to me.
Oh my God.
I was like, bro,
yes,
you have to listen to me. Yeah, I cured him.
Colon cancer.
Yes.
But a lot of times, I know especially, I think colon cancer is more prone, men are more prone than women.
It is. And it's very big in African-American men, too. But guys, if you guys are watching this, men, I don't want to hear you guys tell me you're not 40 for a colonoscopy. Get it early, because they said if my brother had got it a year early.
Wait, how old was he?
He was diagnosed at 29.
Oh my God, that's
28, 29. Yeah.
Wow.
Very
so the
young.
protocol says 40.
That's out the window. Literally. The faster you get on top of it, the better,
Yes.
because all you do is like get the colonoscopy and you just like boop, take the polyp off and it's gone.
Yes.
That's it. And they said that if they had caught it a year early, he would have been cured and he would have never had it. So I got one like 2 years ago and I'm good.
But he had the signs, he just didn't know.
He had really bad pain in his abdominal, but that started happening when it progressed. So if he had started going when he felt the first kind of 1 or 2 pains, he probably would have been,
ignoring it.
Exactly. Men ignore everything, you know? Yeah. I love the doctor, and I think with my mom everyone having cancer in my family.
This was like and your mom, within that time period, because you said they're both 6 year in remission. Yeah. So at some point they were going through cancer together.
Almost. My mom had just finished hers remission, and my brother started. So that was hard for her to see that, because her son, it was just, and it didn't come from my mom, because my mom never had colon, and no one ever had lymphoma on her side. So it's a very weird reason why it's here. But for me, it's like
But just to going from 1 year to another, and you starting the company at the same time.
At the same time. So
where did you get all that strength? I want to know.
I don't know.
I guess
I don't know. I really don't. I ask myself this every day, because the things I go through sometimes, I'm like, God, how am I, not that I'm not still, like, why am I still here? But like, why am I the one that took on all this strength? Like, because I have weak days. Like, I have days where I'm just like, I'm done. Like, I'm so over this business. You know what I mean? Like, it was, I love the highs. You know, it's lonely at the top. You know what I mean? That's a real statement.
I think everywhere it gets lonely. The higher you are, the lonelier you become. And exactly what you said before. You see your friends or even family members that you thought they're going to be cheering you up, and instead they're just trying to bring you down, or they're not happy that, you know, you're chasing your dreams. And it's all because they're scared to chase theirs.
Exactly. They're scared to chase theirs. That's why you had to chase yours.
That's why I was like, I'm going to dance. I want to do this. I'm all about like, hey, supporting. We all can do our own things. I'm a big believer. But listen, like, you know, the funny thing I always like before, I used to be like, God, please give me strength, the universe, whatever it is. Yeah. And then I realized after going through so many different things in my life, I'm like, this is interesting. Then somebody told me, it's like, well, you always ask for strength. So in order to be strong, you know, like the universe has to put you through really hardships to make you a still woman. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I want peace.
Reverse what I said.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm strong enough. Now I want peace. I just want to wake up and be sad. Because I realized, like, okay, I've been asking for a wrong thing. And it's like, keeps putting me through challenges and challenges. Yeah. And that's why, like, a lot of times, like, I always said, like, after going through divorce, I would never, you know, I don't fear anything. Amen. And then my daughter's thing is like, oh my God, like, okay, I take that back. Like this, not knowing what's going to happen to a child is scary. And that's why it's like, your mom, like my mom is everything. She's, you know, like lives with me. Aww. And for you, like, and for your brother, and then go through over and over and over. And I mean, your mom having that strength, even the body, like.
It's a lot. Even now when she gets sick or something, like, she can't even get an IV. It takes them like 7-8 times to get her veins because they're shot. They're literally done. There's not a vein like in behind because of her chemo. She's had so much chemo. So I think my strength obviously comes from my mom and my family, but it's just in me. I was born a fighter. I was born 3 months early. I was premature when I was born.
Do you have a fear that you might have cancer? Because such a big, you know.
All the time. I always, like, I had a pre-nuvo. every
Wait, did you
year.
do genetic testing?
I didn't do genetic testing yet.
You should do
I need
that
to do
because when
that.
Alexis, they took her tumor and they did genetic testing to see
Right.
if there's any other things that they can see potentially there, and
Okay.
it's pretty good.
Is
you know,
it?
like I think I mean, listen, like it's a wild card because what if
Yeah.
you would know something? But at the same
Right.
time, these days there's so many preventative
Things.
like
Yeah.
you said with your brother. If you just knew it, a lot of times it's not just comes with pain. Like I don't know how your mom discovered
Blood.
you know it's lymphoma, but it's all this preventative
Yeah.
things that we can do or try. And that's why I love our generations, because there's so much medical research being put out there
Yeah.
that we just can know.
Can jump into it. Yeah. No, I do blood work all the time, every 6 months, and then scans. I do scans once a year because usually you find cancer through a scan, the tumor you find,
Yes.
or do your blood work. Those are 2 ways you know normally. So, and I did the colonoscopy too. So I'm on top of it.
Like I'm up to from here to there.
Jesus, I'm covered. I know. They're like, Jess, why are you getting another CAT scan? I'm like, because, guys, you guys know why. Like, I have to see stuff, And we did find tumors in my liver before, and I still have them. They're benign, though. But I think they're just from birth control. When I was on birth control when I was younger,
Oh.
I stayed on it just to regulate your airflow
Yeah.
and stuff. And they think that the estrogen could have caused the benign tumors in the liver. So now I have to just monitor those every year, too, to make sure they don't get too big. It's like it's always something, I think, but health is health.
Yeah, no, well, health is the most important thing. And,
Without
like
that.
without it, like there's so many people that I know, and they have everything in their life and then they don't have that. So,
Yeah.
and health is a real luxury that you cannot buy, the same
cannot
as
buy.
time.
Yeah.
You cannot
Time
buy
in
more
life.
time.
I wish we could. Oh my God, I'd take it back. I'd take it back maybe like 5 years ago to do it all over again, I think. Just because,
Why?
like, just building the brand over again.
Why? What would you do different?
What would I do different? Just be more present with my personal life. That's it. Nothing else. Just be more present, celebrating more moments, not just be
Yes.
back. Like I
Yes.
just was
I noticed that too. My mom was like,
Yeah.
okay, let's start celebrating things. Like
Yeah.
small moments.
Small
like your
moments.
first this, your first that.
Yeah.
Like your first, because it's important. I think in the race of get faster somewhere and get bigger,
Yeah.
you forget those little moments.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna celebrate when I get an Emmy, but there's so
No.
many steps in between
get there.
and
Yeah.
to be appreciative and
Yeah.
just like, okay, you know what? I already did it.
See?
Like I already had a dream, and even with my talk shows, like it was my dream.
Yeah.
And I remember
talking
the
about-
first we were talking, like
Yes.
my daughter was my first guest, and she's like, Mom, I'm walking into a manifestation dream. And I'm like, you see, like I want you to see this. When
See?
you want something and you work so hard, everything is possible.
Everything is possible. Anything.
Everything. That's what's like when people say like, well, it's because you're lucky, it's because I'm like,
No.
It's like it's because it's a lot of hard work. It's
Yeah.
a lot of crying at night, figuring that out. When
Right.
putting the kids to sleep, you're like brainstorming and and trying to do something and not being afraid to fail.
That part. I love hearing no.
Storming and and trying to do something and not being afraid to fail.
That part. I love hearing no. So that's the-
because
Yeah.
I always tell even my daughter, I'm like, okay, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen?
Right.
Like, okay, well, some people are gonna judge you or whatever. But I feel like the biggest fear we all have is being judged.
just being judged.
And
Yeah.
when you put that aside and like, okay, in a year from now, if you have this company that you always dreamed and you work so hard, who cares what they're gonna say? How
Right.
many times you failed? You
Right.
still have it.
You still
They're
have the
still
company.
there,
Yeah, it's still yours.
It's
So
still
own it.
yours.
Yeah, nothing's bad about that. Yeah.
Would you want to do clothing again or no? Were you thinking about it?
You know,
I mean, I saw something you were
I-
trying it out.
I recently put a couple items back on my website just because people were asking about clothing. But for me, my style has changed so much over the last couple of years.
What is it?
It's more relaxed and a pump and a cute bag. Like I'm now just like
I noticed this. You're
Yeah.
always like in, something like sweatpants with the heels. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's cool. Like, I like that.
just super. I used to be so dressy all the time. Now I think living in LA, it's not even just LA. It's just I don't know. I get dressed up if I have to get dressed up.
Yes.
But during the day, I'm like, okay, cute little like sneaker, heel, like just simple. Like less is more for me now in this era. I don't know what it is because I know I have to turn on. I have to turn on, and that's not all the time I get a break. So this year I'm like, okay, I'm gonna relax a little bit more.
So you thinking
Yeah.
something with the clothing, but your
Yes,
style.
my style. Yeah, more relaxed fit, more everyday, like it's called Rich Basics actually. So Rich Basics, and everything is black. I love black. It's my favorite color.
Listen, I love it too because it goes with everything.
Everything. There's no thought process about it. Just
And you
throw it
can wear
on.
the same pants like several days. Nobody even
No,
knows.
they
Like they
know.
don't get dirty. Like white. Like I mean, I love white, but
Yes.
it gets very.
Yes, and just with with other colors, you have to be like, if I'm going to wear yellow today, that means like everything else has to be perfect. The hair, everything has to be perfect because the yellow makes you stand out so much more. With black, you can just kind of relax. It's like not as much stress.
I do know that. I mean, I never look at colors like that.
Really?
So I'm like,
I can't do those colors. You do yellows?
Well, yellow is a trend, so I do
Okay.
have a couple of yellow pieces
Right.
because it is. But I don't go crazy over like
Yeah.
everything has to be perfect. I'm like, okay, well that's a trend. I'm just
Yeah.
trying it. I like to play with fashion, but you
Yeah,
notice that
you
a
kill
lot of time,
fashion.
a lot of times
Yeah.
I'm like, what was I thinking? But I'm like, hey, that was a trend.
It was
I
a
tried it
moment.
out.
Yeah.
It didn't work out, so at least I tried.
Exactly. No, you always look good. There's not one thing I've not seen you look good in your dreams. You'll never not look good. I promise.
Is there anything else you would like to add to your brand besides clothing?
Perfume. Yes,
Ooh, I
perfume is
like
my
that.
favorite. Thank you. I love perfume. It's like I layer on like 4 or 5 fragrances at once, and I
Okay.
love oud and I love Middle Eastern and all that.
I like the heavy vanilla.
Yes, the oud, the
Ye-
vanilla, you
Yes,
said.
that
Mhm.
stays for days. You spray
Days.
once and like you take that jacket and it still has the
Yeah.
same scent, and I love that. Or you walk on the street and everybody's like, "Who's this?"
What do you smell? Yeah, I like this like showstopper smell. So definitely perfume. It's something I've been working on for maybe a couple of years now, but getting the formula down is very hard because the oud that I do want to start with is not a normal oud. It's nothing I've even smelled before, like to the T. So we're almost there with it. And I guess I'm telling the world now because I never talked about it with anyone else. So you're the exclusive
Well, we
now.
are manifesting as we're talking.
Yes.
This
Yes,
is
yes.
a good vibes. We're manifesting. Next time I'm going to see you, you're going to be like, Keni, I just launched my new perfume.
Perfume. Yes, I love it. I think it's sexy and it's like when you smell someone and you remember them. So
I like those
yeah.
smells.
Yeah.
I like that because listen, these days I feel like the same thing you said about fashion. Everything
Mm-hmm.
is so fast, one-time use, throw away. The
Yeah.
same thing with everything. The makeup these days, the
Yeah.
clothing,
Everything's just
the
fast.
scent. You spray it, and it's like in 30 minutes you don't even know what you sprayed.
Right.
It
It's
doesn't-
gone.
It's gone. Everything
Yeah.
is fast-paced. But I like that old, like perfumes. Like before, I remember all my grandma's perfumes. Like,
Right.
they
Chanel.
stayed all on for days.
Yeah.
Like the hair would still have that smell.
Oh, I love it.
There's nothing like that. And why do you think is that? Because it's easier to make and it's more like it makes more money to do the
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's less expensive, and then people just love. I even see people selling the really small travel ones instead of the big bottles. Just do the
Yeah.
small ones. 'Cause people travel a lot, or people
Yeah.
break big bottles. Now it's just like fast. I don't know. The world just needs to slow down a little bit. It needs to slow down.
that's how I always tell, like my kids, like with TikTok, even now
Yeah.
the movies, because everything is 7 seconds.
Yeah.
It's harder for kids to be at school
Yeah.
and have the full, 40 minutes lecture.
Mm-hmm.
So as in the movie theaters, I noticed it's hard for me to sit down for an hour and a half movie.
I can't either.
Because it's like, oh my God, like, and you have to be quiet, you can't look in the phone.
Nothing.
And there is sometimes movies that are a little bit slower.
Yeah.
So you get like, I fast forward at home.
You do?
Or like on the plane, I'm like, fast forward, because I want to get to the end.
Right.
And
no.
I think that's what's happening in everybody's life. You just go so fast, everything has to be fast.
Everything has to be fast. That's why I think when people live in Europe and Italy, I mean, you've been there a lot. Is it
Yes.
slower over there?
It's so different
Yeah.
because, like in Italy still, people say they shut down for 2 hours for siesta, for lunchtime. Like if
No
it's in
way.
between certain times, like
Yeah.
you're not even going to get into the restaurant because they're taking their lunch. Like they're there, they
way.
really, enjoying their
Yeah.
dolce vita, like enjoying their life. And I think we all need it here
We
in
do.
America,
We do.
especially just to slow down a little bit. Not everything is a drive-through.
I know, everything's a drive-through in LA in
and
general.
we understand with traffic, especially we waste so much time in California.
We do.
Sitting in the traffic. So we're
Sitting.
trying to make up for all that time
that
somewhere
time.
else, but we don't give. I mean, I know me. I
Mm-hmm.
started, putting more time into me and what I like, and actually
Good.
just spending time with my friends.
Yes.
Because as you said,
Yes.
sometimes you're like, you know what? Okay, dinner with my friends or business meeting. Like, I will take the business because
Always.
that's what, like, you started with this.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, you know what? Like, I can do this on Zoom or over the phone, and I
Yeah.
want to enjoy my friends.
See? And it always feels good when you actually get home. Even the other night I went to the Agnes birthday. I was like, I had so much fun. I'm so happy. I went. Not that I was gonna go, but what I'm saying, normally I'd be like, oh, I can't make it because I just want to do what? Jessica, sit on your phone and text your factory till 3 a.m? Like, change it up for once. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely.
And especially me, like. I don't even go to these things because, if I'm in Newport, just for me to drive to LA, it's a drive. And then it's just always like this too. Like, but I have so many things I can do. And now I started like, no.
Good.
I want to spend time with my friends. I want to spend time with people I love because that's the most important thing.
It is.
All the other ones you can do on the phone and, they're not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere. But the friends could go somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, let's ask you some fun questions.
I love.
What do you think people know about you? They think they know about you, but it's not, it's not the reality. What's their perception of you, you think, and...
God, so many things.
Okay, for example.
People always say, oh, you look so mean. Or like,
really?
Yeah, I look so mean or not approachable. I'm like, dude, I'm so approachable. Just say hi.
I think it's men because everybody who I say, oh, Jessica, they're like, oh my God, she's so lovely.
Oh my God,
but you're so bubbly, and
you.
smile. Like, I don't know why people would even say that.
I don't know why they say
you look mean.
I don't know, I look so mean or you're so tough. I am tough when it comes to business.
Yes.
I'm very like, if Devil Wears Prada was a movie, another it would be me for sure. Like the way I.
Well, you have to be.
You have to be.
Yeah.
Because that's just like that's different. But outside of the work part, I'm normal. It's not. People can't take it, I guess, personally, because that's just what you have to run a tight ship. If you don't, things can go bad fast. And making up for and trying to fix the mistakes is harder than making sure to stay smooth. You know what I mean? So that's what my mom always taught me young. Just make sure you run a tight ship when it comes to business, for sure.
But that's the reality because I feel like otherwise people will just take advantage of you.
That too. So,
and it's hard to be even. Like, I personally don't like to work with friends because if something happens, not that, it's somebody's fault, it just things happen.
Right.
And I don't want that to be between,
the reason why you guys break,
the friendship, because I see it so many times that people cannot just be like, you know what, like we both made a mistake or something happens. It's always like somebody blames somebody.
So, always. Yeah, that. What else? I'm trying to think what else people think about me. Jess, did you think anything?
Well, okay, so what you want people to know about you then?
Yeah, that I'm very approachable. I'm definitely someone that loves to help out, I'm not someone who doesn't I'm not a gatekeeper at all. I'm very like
I know. You're one person. If I'm like, okay, Jess, do you know this person? What can you tell me? Like, how can I do? And I love this because it is very hard in this world for women to be supported by other women.
Super. I don't know why.
I feel like girls just compete for no reason.
Zero reason. There's enough for everyone out here. And the more the merrier. Like, you want your friends to make it. You want to be around friends who have the same things going on to keep elevating together, I don't know what that's about. It's weird.
I don't know, and it's funny because I feel like it's mainly women who are competing with it.
It's never guys.
It's never guys.
No.
That's why even
never guys.
I'm like, I love working with men. There's no competition. They support you. If they know something, they will teach you, educate you. But if they don't, they're like, hey, sorry, like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
Always.
But I also feel like it's California.
It could
New
be that
York
too.
is so different.
They're so different.
Girls, like, they either love you or hate you, and I love that. I love the honesty. You don't have to love me, but don't be
weird.
Don't be weird.
Yeah. I can't swim.
Oh, I didn't know that.
swim.
Well, I can ride a bike.
Oh, you can't? Oh my God, it's so cute.
Well, I grew up in Moscow. Like, we have snow, but there's no bikes there.
Wow.
I mean, people have bikes, but I didn't have
I gotta take you to take a bike. Oh my God,
my ex-husband tried to teach me how to ride a bike. He even put those training wheels on a grown-up. Yeah. And then I got pregnant. I said, that's it. I can't. And I put it in a baby.
You gotta go back. That's when
listen, I feel like I'm so perfect that at least I have one flaw. I can ride a bike. I'd rather have that versus
something.
Yeah,
something else.
I'll teach you to swim.
Please.
This is easy.
Is it really? It's so scary.
Like.
Oh my. It is. I'm more scared of me not like holding my breath long enough and me killing myself. That's what I'm scared of.
But you're not diving. Diving is holding your breath. Swimming is like you put your head over the water.
But then the tide comes in and I'm like, I freak out and I can't.
Okay, you can swim in the pool. There's no tide. Come on, Jess. Okay, I'm getting you an instructor for Christmas.
Please.
And on this note,
please.
You giving me shoes. I'm getting you a swimming instructor. We're going to end our show in heels with Keni Silva. Thank you,
Thank you so much. I had so much fun.
So much.
You guys, I'm going to see you next year.
Yay.